And I'm Choi Lin. 5G is the next generation of wireless technology for cellular data. That was Senator Thune's second stop of the day, touring a Rapid City startup company specializing in 3D printing in the morning. B9 Creations is a young company that has quickly become an industry leader in their field, according to their website. The company's founders developed their own 3D printers specializing in extremely fine details. They have clients around the world and are commissioned to print just about everything. They get a lot of requests for things like dentures and parts of medical devices. Thune says it's companies like this that are reshaping South Dakota.
The one thing that we need to do across our state is diversify, and what you're seeing here with the advent of this type of business is some wonderful new technologies and applications coming right here out of Rapid City, South Dakota, that are literally solving problems not only here but all across the world.
While agriculture is still South Dakota's largest industry, Thune says we continue to see South Dakotans across the state expanding into the technology field. It was a busy year for the Rapid City Fire Department. 2019 was the second straight record-setting year with over 18,000 calls. In 2018, there were over 17,000 calls. The fire department said they fielded more EMS calls and fewer wildfire calls because of the record rainfall. Also, the period around New Year's Eve was particularly busy. More than 80 calls on New Year's Eve, more than 70 on New Year's Day. The fire department is still wrapping up some of their year-end details, but they will be doing full evaluations in the next few weeks and making adjustments where necessary.
But then over the course of the next several weeks, we're going to be looking at the data and determining where were the increases at.
The types of calls in recent weeks have been intense, responding to an active shooter, a number of assaults and stabbings, other high-stress calls, and that means keeping an eye on the physical and mental health of the first responders is a priority. How some people are looking to get started with their new exercise routines after this. We are a couple of days into the new year, and some people may already find themselves struggling to keep going or even start their resolution of working out. Some may have set some lofty goals, but Chris Aid, the wellness director for the Rapid City YMCA, says start out by going for only a couple of days for an hour and slowly build yourself up to see the best results. Also, if you find yourself at the gym and not sure what to do, you can always reach out to the staff for guidance on how to achieve your goals.
Especially here at the YMCA, we always have someone on the floor. Do not be afraid to ask a gym attendant. You can always go for personal training, or if you just want some basic facts on how to use equipment, there's always somebody there to answer your questions.
Aid says finding a friend to go to the gym with will also help keep you accountable. And the Rapid City Central girls basketball team is hoping to take some momentum from Monday's win over Douglas into this weekend. Those stories and more when we come back with Sports on the 6.
After the break on the 6, Amazon promises 2-day shipping for Prime members.
And the strong winds in Wyoming made that promise a big challenge this week. We'll show you why after the break. Anyone who has driven from the Black Hills to Denver know how the winds can be along the Interstate 25 around Cheyenne, Wyoming.
And if you have, you'll appreciate this video from Wednesday morning on I-25 near the Wyoming-Colorado border. You can see how this Amazon Prime delivery truck is battling that wind, pushing it from side to side. And finally, a strong gust forces the truck and trailer out of its lane. The driver had to cut the wheel hard to keep the semi from flipping over. He took out the guardrail, but thankfully no one was hurt. It got so bad that the Wyoming Highway Patrol finally shut down a stretch of the highway Wednesday morning. And that is what it's like down there all the time. It's an adventure, even in a car down there sometimes.
Oh my goodness, yeah, I can't imagine.
I can't remember the wind ever not blowing like that down in Cheyenne. That'll do it for us. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you tonight at 9.